Network access control models, the selective restriction of access to data. For example, a company may grant different access levels to employees based on their roles. Discretionary access control, DAC. DAC is like giving individual tenants in an apartment building the freedom to decide who gets keys to their apartments. In DAC, the control over access to resources is at the discretion of the owner or whoever has control over the resource. For instance, in a computer system, the owner of a file or resource can decide who has access to it and what kind of access they have read, write, execute, etc. This model is flexible and user-centric, but can become complex and less secure if not managed properly, as users can inadvertently grant access to sensitive resources. Rule-based access control, RBAC. Rule-based access control is like having a set of building rules that automatically determine who can enter certain common areas at specific times. In this system, access to resources is governed by a set of rules defined by a system administrator. These rules can be based on various criteria, such as time of day restrictions, the state of the system, or the location of the user. For instance, a rule might allow access to a network only during office hours. This model is more rigid and can be more secure as it removes some of the discretion from individual users. Role-based access control, RBAC. Role-based access control is like assigning apartment keys based on the role of a person in the building, e.g. manager, maintenance, resident. In this model, access rights are based on roles within an organization, and users are assigned to these roles. Each role has a defined set of permissions that determine access to resources. For example, an HR manager might have access to employee records, while a sales manager would not. This model is highly efficient in larger organizations as it simplifies managing user permissions by grouping them under roles. Mandatory access control, MAC. Imagine a high-security government building where access is strictly controlled based on security clearance levels and classified information categories. In MAC, access to resources is governed by a central authority and is based on classified levels assigned to both users and data. A user's clearance level must match or exceed the classification of the data they're trying to access. For instance, only users with a top-secret clearance level can access top-secret files. This model is rigid and non-discretionary, as individuals cannot change access permissions. They are set and enforced by the system according to the established policies. MAC is commonly used in environments that require high levels of security, such as military or government facilities, where protection of sensitive information is paramount.